KSW.
Good afternoon, Stiv. How are you?
Good.
All right.
There's Toppy.
You ready to rock and roll?
Little Vicky right there. Mono Nick.
Right. Now we're at the EMP. Of course, you can tell we're at the EMP. And part of the EMP, one of my favorite parts, of course, is the Science Fiction Museum. And SFM's got some action. They did this starting in October, and it's going on as I speak. And that is the BattleStar Galactica exhibit right there, the exhibition.
Nice.
Old school and new school. Old school.
Old school.
Big fan of the old show.
As a matter of fact, I see the movie poster over there against the wall, way over there that Steve saw.
That's the one where I went with my aunt.
That's
When I was a
right.
little kid, she took me out because it was too loud.
That's right.
It's bad for my little ears, apparently.
And then I'm new school, and you know what? We're going to talk all about it. Actually, is we have the curator, Steve. You know how we roll? We don't just go with anybody.
We go big.
We get the curator. Come on over here, sir. What's your name?
My name is Brooks Beck. Hello.
Brooks,
Hello.
good to see you.
Good to meet you. Glad to
And Brooks, of course, we are big fans. Toppy, old school. He didn't really go for the new show a whole lot.
I bought the whole old school stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't really appreciate
Well,
what
not Battlestar Galactica 1980 because that was.
We don't mention it. Never happened. It never happened.
Oh, you don't have the great little motorcycles from Galactica?
Yeah,
You don't have
no,
those?
I
Oh,
don't.
man.
For some reason, no one saved those. It's weird. But,
So, for people like Top Shelf, who was a purist and wanted nothing to do with the new show, and for a guy like me that realizes that actually it transcended science fiction, that's how good of a show the new BSG was, what do we got here? What can we look forward to as we get ready to roll into this museum?
we have everything. I mean, we have old school costumes. We have new school costumes. I mean, the biggie. Come see.
All right.
Here we go.
We got to check the
Let's go, Nick.
Is 3 big spaceships from the
Yeah.
new show.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Viper Mark 7, Viper Mark 2. Now the great thing about the Mark 2 is it's the same design as the old from the original show, but this one was built for the new show.
Right.
That is sweet. Look at that, baby.
I think I saw, didn't they give this to the commander because he used to fly it when he was younger or something like that in the very launch of the new school Battlestar Galactica.
That I don't know.
Something like that.
You're confusing everybody.
Mini-series, I think. I don't
Yes,
know.
yes.
I don't-
No, it's true. It's true. An old school Viper was presented to Commander Adama.
Oh, that's
in
right,
The
yes.
miniseries.
That's
His
right.
son flew it. Yeah. And you say you're just old school.
That's right.
Yeah. So what do you guys think this is made of?
That's a
Steel.
Really, I would say fiberglass.
Styrofoam. Actually.
What?
Mostly styrofoam. There's
Whoa.
So like 2 people could pick it up?
they're pretty light. They're only a couple thousand.
Which is
pounds.
why we have this electronic rope around
That's
it.
right.
yes.
It'll zap you if you go
Just
over
put that
it.
right in your coat. Yeah, it's mostly a little steel plywood frame, and then they glue styrofoam onto the plywood and hand carve it, and then kind of cover it with an epoxy coating, what's like a candy shell, and then paint it. So, so for a space vessel, super fragile, like incredibly fragile. But it allows them to like repaint them so that like we want to show a new one, we'll paint it up new. Now we want to show a battle-scarred one, we'll paint it
Yeah.
up like you're seeing now. So a lot of flexibility.
So when they're jumping into the ships on the show, they're not jumping into this guy, are they?
Yeah, no, these are the props from the show.
Oh, they can, but they must have it reinforced so they don't put their foot through the styrofoam,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I would be so cool to get a picture in that for my Facebook. Any chance? No?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You can get a picture next to this if
As
you
a matter of
like.
fact, Steve, read
That's
the sign on the floor.
That's right.
Don't fracking touch the artifact.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
And for folks that don't know, fracking is, basically it's Battlestar Galactica swear speak.
Yeah.
And frack is my favorite word.
Oh, this is cool. You can see the video of it too right here.
Well, that's probably some good CGI.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There
Now,
it
I know
is.
that
Look, there I am. Is Starbucks the coffee place named after Starbuck?
That's a darn good question.
I wonder if they were a
Yeah.
BSG fan. That's a good question.
Don't know.
Really good question. I never
Yeah.
had an answer to that.
I mean, there's nothing in
see?
the logo that would make you think they were.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Someone
little
should make a
colonial
logo with
symbol.
her.
But how about this, though?
The cups are styrofoam.
Oh, look at this baby, Toppy.
Galactica.
Oh, I
So-
know this.
Reproduction of the filming model of the original Galactica. So this isn't the one used in the original show, but it's a 1-to-1 scale. So this is the size of what they used in the original show to film this series. And you see how big it is, right?
When they showed it crawling through space,
That's
yeah.
awesome. And this is before CGI with the original Galactica, so they really had to have models like this to make
Right.
their ships look like ships.
Now,
That's
if you
beautiful.
if you look close, this is like what they call kit bashed, where they'd buy a bunch of model kits, take them apart, and then stick the pieces all over this new model. So like back here on the engines, those are tank tops there, like the tops of the turrets of tanks without the cannons on them.
Oh,
And you can
cool.
see like here's a wheel hubcap down here, and
That's so
it's all-
funny.
I never heard of that,
all
kit
pieces-
bashed.
All pieces of other models
Wow.
that make it up.
Did they take any sort of like Starship Enterprises and throw any part of it on there? I wonder.
I don't know.
That would be
I know-
kind of cool if they did that, or like the Lost in Space saucer and throw it in there somewhere.
So when the Pegasus showed up and was the Lost Battlestar, did they just switch out the nameplate to make it look pretty much the same? Because that's a lot of detail, and they all kind of looked the same. All the
On the original show, one model changed the nameplate.
easy.
It was so big that they can't. It's got to like fly through space.
Right.
But you can't move the model around because it's too fragile. So they set up a whole system where the cameras would pan by. Same technology they developed for Star Wars. A lot of the special effects people from Star Wars went to BattleStar Galactica in 1978 and worked on that show. Laura Roslind's costume, new series, her new character in the new show.
Oh yeah.
This is from the visions, her dreams in the opera house. This is what she would wear during those scenes.
Oh right, yeah, when she was tripping out.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Armani, by the way, so you know they have a little style.
Really?
Yeah,
That's some nice
a lot
stuff.
of costumes in the new show are just off the rack. The uniforms and stuff, of course. Let's check out a uniform. These are custom made, but the civilian clothes mostly off the shelf.
That's the guy. That's Adama, who was played by Lauren Green, in the old school.
Old
and
school.
Edward James Olmos. He did a good job with him.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I liked him.
Almost, he told me this story about the shoes. He said, he walked in here, he's like, those are not the shoes. He said, the shoes they gave me were way too uncomfortable, so I brought in my, what were they? They were like golf shoes or something, and he always wore those because they were more comfortable.
Nice.
So it's a bit of an odd one. We couldn't find any uniforms. So this is what they call his leisure tunic, which is space talk for bathrobe in the future.
And right there, he's doing his little, like Captain Kirk used to do,
Yeah.
Captain's log. He's doing one of those. That's his microphone.
Adama's
I thought that was a cigar. I was like, oh, he's just lounging with his smoker's
Now
jacket.
he's doing the little, okay, here's what happened.
He's got a serious thing he's saying. You know,
Silence came and
we just got screwed over. We're the only one left, and I don't
Since
have.
Starbucks a guy,
Yeah.
he got out of trouble.
That's
Did he have
it.
giant hands? Is that why his sleeves are so big?
It swells up in space.
It does.
It's terrible. Real problem.
What do we got next? Where do you want to take us next?
Viper Mark 7,
Ah.
the new improved
Oh,
Viper. This is Apollo's
Whoa.
Viper, of course. So we built one of these.
that's the new Apollo.
Now, do you guys own these, or are they someone's donated them like for the exhibit, and then they go back to them, or?
These are on loan from NBC.
Okay, so
They keep them in a warehouse and they loan them to us. That was the genesis of the whole thing. NBC was like, hey, we've got these spaceships sitting here. We're not doing anything with them. Do you want to borrow them?
oh, that's cool.
very
We said,
cool.
yeah. And then we started to reach out to other people and find other, costumes and props and things. that
Right.
we're seeing. Build the exhibition around the ships. But really, it's all about the ships. Oh, the other lenders are going to hate me for saying that. It's all about your thing, whatever your thing is.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool.
Is this also made of styrofoam?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same kind of thing. Cockpit lights up, the canopy pops up and down on hydraulics.
That is sweet. I mean, really, we're showing these images, but you got to come see these.
Oh,
They are
yeah.
so
You have to
impressive.
see this in person.
So impressive in person.
That's so cool right there. The nameplate. I mean, down to like just the scuffs in it and everything. It's just the detail is incredible.
Well, it was hit with laser fire, so
Well,
there's going to be burns
Right.
and scuffs.
Exactly.
I'm surprised they're in the shape they're in when you think about it.
That's right. It's a long war. Terrible war.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on 99.9 KISW.